Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Morning Live Show. The live show's podcast and meta content is brought to you every week by these loyal sponsors. McGraw-Webb Chevrolet on the bypass in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for 30 years. Join the McGraw-Webb Chevy family today. Tucker ATV, Jackson, Alabama, your local servicing Polaris Hustler Echo dealer with an international reputation. CT Ward Power Sports in Camden, Alabama, XL Godfrey Hurricane Boats powered by Mercury and Yamaha engines, your water skiing gear headquarters on Lake Millers Ferry. Safford Trading Company and Safford Equipment under the tower in Safford, Alabama, home of your residential and commercial lawn care bundle bear. Wildlife Management Solutions in Utah, Alabama. Let the guys at WMS select the right seed and blends for your soil type. South Alabama Kubota and Reynolds on the Strip in Monroeville, Alabama. Kubota and Skag Zero Turns, the right Kubota tractor for the right price. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoor sponsors and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors live show this morning. We are live from the Lawler Timber Company Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. It is June the 23rd, 2023, 72 degrees outside, partly cloudy with a light 1 mile an hour wind out of the west. And remember, if you want to go to the World Deer Expo and win a pair of tickets today, just type in WDE40 and we will be giving away a pair of tickets later on today. Well, it'll be after the show, but just type in WDE40 and I will be giving away a couple of tickets. And let me tell you, before we get into it, let's talk about this World Deer Expo. If y'all have not already listened to the podcast that I did this week with my friend Turtle Man, he talks all about the World Deer Expo coming up, and he wants all of y'all to come up there and visit. He wants all his turtle fans to come visit him. That'll be July the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at the Civic Center in Birmingham. Of course, Hannah Barron and her dad Jeff will be there. Old Bubba Buck. I'm trying to get up with Bubba Buck to do an interview with him also. And of course, Eddie Salter King of the 10-inch beard, he'll be there. The water skiing squirrel Twiggy will be there. There will be 3D archery tournament, big buck competition every year. They measure all your bucks. I think it's a $25 registration to get your buck officially measured for the record book, and they're giving away 11 different hunts, including an African safari. So it's going to be a great event. And like I said, today, type in WDE40 in the comments, and I will be giving away 2 tickets to the World Deer Expo this morning. So y'all, boy, we got a good crowd on here already this morning. Good morning, old Slim. Tommy D, he's always tuned in. Reeling Rednecks are tuned in this morning. Old Thunder, Rusty, how you doing? Rusty, you gonna ever mow my grass? We're gonna have to bale hay if you don't come on over here and mow my grass. Michael Cook's tuned in. Jim Andrews, good morning to you, my friend. Grandma Karen out in California. Mr. Harry Pardon, who won the fruit jar yesterday, Mr. Harry? I tried to get up with Ken this morning, couldn't. Jolly Owens is tuned in. Oh, Alan Hudson, he won the tickets the other day. Let's see who else is. Tim Maddox, good morning to you. He's listening on YouTube. So got a good crowd in here this morning, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's see what kind of events we got going on this week. We got tomorrow, I know, at the Bridgeport City Landing, John McAlpin will be having his Extreme Bass West Alabama Team Trail. This will be the championship tomorrow. All teams that place, it is a qualifying championship, so it's not an open tournament. Guaranteeing first place $5,000. That's based on 35 boats, and like I said, it is not an open tournament. It is a championship tournament, and we'll be keeping up with that next weekend. The only other thing I have on my calendar is next Wednesday afternoon. They will be having an open tournament at the Selma City Marina, 4 o'clock till dark, $50 entry fee. That will be on the 28th. Corey Ingram's who you need to call for information on that. I think they've been having a good turnout too on that. 334-412-9406 to get up with Corey. Last weekend at Bridgeport City Landing, we had the Bridgeport Team Trail. Maddie brought her tournament here, and she had 29 boats, I believe, and she paid 4 places. And y'all know the water conditions last weekend were not the most optimum in the world, but Tony Tarver and Keith Tarver won it with a total 5 fish bag of 1557, and they had a 654 big fish. Corey Ingram and Will Tipton had a 1208 for second place. Sam Noble and Ken Roman had third place at 1089, and Tori and Kevin Jones had fourth place at 1078. Her next tournament will be July the 15th, 2023, out of Bridgeport City Landing. Also last weekend at the Roland Cooper State Park, we had the C.T. Ward Power Sport Dawn Sports, what we call the Major League Jugging Open. And here is the way we paid 3 places. We had 16 teams. Third place was Team D Hooker, Travis Powell, and Kiersey Becker. They had 3 fish that weighed 35.9 pounds. Their big fish was 13.7. They won a big catfishing pole from Lofton's Bait Shop. And there is Travis and Kiersey with 2 of those fish. And, of course, that's Taylor and Jessica. And look at old Taylor. He's sweating. Well, here, Kiersey's sweating too. I think Kiersey jumped in the river, and that's the reason she's wet. But that's actual sweat on Taylor because he did some great cooking last weekend at the jugging contest. Second place, and it's quite a story about second place. This is Team A and D, Alex Barno and Dylan Stokes. They had 3 fish that weighed 37.5 pounds, and they had the biggest fish of the day, which was 30 pounds. But they did not enter the big fish pot, which was a $10 optional add-on, and they had the big fish. So, first place winners, Team Rusty Buck, and that was David Buck and Rusty Reynolds. They had the 3 biggest fish at 41.8. Their big fish was 29.5. It wasn't the biggest fish, but because they entered the big fish pot and Team A and D didn't with that 30-pounder, they won the big pot, the big fish money. They won $620 and $150 big fish pot. And the second place team did win $320. So they did okay in the jugging contest. And it was a lot of fun. And I want to thank Jessica and Taylor and Joe Allen and Bubba for putting that on. It was a great time. The kids had a ball. Everybody had a good time. Wasn't too hot. The water conditions could have been a lot better, but it was a great, great day. And we'll do another one pretty soon. They have not made the announcement when. I got this picture yesterday from Corey Smith. He was out there practicing for the championship this weekend, and he caught that big old stripe in the lake. In the lake, that's not unusual, but he caught it on one of those new diamond spinnerbaits, but it weighed over 9 pounds. So I wanted to show y'all that this morning. And I also want to show you my precious picture of the week. This right here is Lawson Cook's little gardener, Paisley, and she wanted to show off her big old cabbage. Is that a big old cabbage or what? I don't know what that thing weighs, but you make a lot of slaw. I have a lot of boiled cabbage with that right there. But look at that smile. Now, I tell you what, that right there is what makes old Big Dad tick right there when you see things like that. All right, I got some news too. The Dallas County Public Fishing Lake that has been closed for about a year now, it will reopen July the 1st under new management, and I think they have really improved a lot of the facilities down there. Also, good morning, Mr. Oscar McKinley. How you doing this morning? Appreciate you tuning in. B-Dog in the house. Mr. Harry, we had a new angler last night. Ken was to send you, I believe. Look at him. No, this is unofficial now. This is unofficial. We had Al Johnson is his name, 7+ pounds with 3 fish. So if y'all don't know Al Johnson, I think that is the Al Johnson who is the president of the Community Neighbor Bank. I know he's an avid angler. It could be his son. I'm not sure. But anyway, congratulations, Al Johnson won the jackpot yesterday. I got to find out more information on that. All right. Thank you, Mr. Harry. Floyd Pate's tuned in. How you doing, my old friend? Dunn Sports. Joe Allen's tuned in. Donna's gone to Mobile to become a grandma. Well, Joe Allen, since you are tuned in listening, and since this happened live on the live show, I'm going to have to just replay this one more time. Joe Allen, me and you talked about this the other. I won't never get tired of looking at that. Well, that was live on the live show a couple of weeks ago. Oh, Joe Allen took a dip, but he's back in his play, but Rusty, that's funny every time I see it. I see it too. But I just had to replay that. All right, I was talking about the Dallas County Lake is about to reopen July the 1st. They have done a lot of work down there. I can't wait to see it. So please share all that. Now, I went to a meeting the other day, and I don't have any pictures, but I want to show y'all this. Y'all know the Alabama Tourism Association, along with the state of Alabama, made 2023 and 24, Alabama is the year of Alabama birding. And I went to a meeting the other day, and they have this publication out. And y'all, you are not going to believe some of the photos in here. I'll show you some of them. This is one. The first one I want to show you is that look at this right here. Now, that right there was taken by Mr. Huey, Dr. Huey Kidd. Look at the detail of that great horned owl. And this book is just full, just full of photography. Let me find my favorite, which is oh, yes. Oh, this is on my bucket list right here. Look at that beautiful bird right there. I've never seen a painted bunny, but that is a beautiful picture. That picture was taken in Limestone County by Miss Carolyn Cavender Alexander. And this book is just full of stuff. It's got a birding guide for beginners, Alabama birding trails, all 8 maps of all 8 images. And this book is free. I know they have it at the Alabama, at the Black Belt treasures downtown, and I don't know where else you can get them. I got a few of them in my office, but they're about gone. But this is the Year of Alabama Birding. Just a magnificent publication if you're into birding. And if you're not into birding, I urge you to get into birding. There's going to be a lot of activity coming up in the next year. And this is the Black Belt Birding Festival. We'll be celebrating the birds and beauties of the Black Belt. This will be August the 4th and 5th, 2023 in Greensboro, Alabama. And this is going to have it's unbelievable. And we'll be talking about this a lot more before it comes. But they're going to have things like downtown birding for beginners. Perry Lake going to have a tour of it. Birdability accessible driving tour for crippled folks like me that want to do a little birding. They're going to have a driving tour. Forever Wild field trial over to State Cattle Ranch. They're going to have a walking tour there. Payne Lake Recreational Area, the Joe Farm. They're going to have an event there. Old Cahaba, Prairie Track and Archaeological Site. Birding. Birds of Prey with the Alabama Wildlife Center. This is going to be all in one day. Keynote address, Black Warrior River at Moundville. Prairie Restoration and Contentment. Barton's Beach and Endangered Species Tour, red cockaded woodpeckers, and longleaf pine fire in ecology. Now, all this is the same day, and you pick where you want to go. It is just going to be an amazing Black Belt Birding Festival, and that will be in August, and we'll be talking a whole lot more about that. But I want all of y'all to please become birders. All of you are birders. You just don't know it. But it is going to be a lot of birding going on here in the Alabama Black Belt regions. I do want to mention too, and I think I have. Oh, look at all these comments. Let me get in here and see. Rob Brooks, good morning. Miss Tina Norris Carter, how you doing, my friend? Miss Jill up there in Massachusetts, how you doing up there in Massachusetts, Miss Jill? I think I done mentioned everybody else. Willie George Pearson's tuned in. How you doing, my friend Willie George? Appreciate all of y'all tuning in, and be sure to type in WDE40 if you want a chance to win 2 tickets to the World Deer Expo. And we're talking about the World Deer Expo a while ago. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to show y'all, because I know a lot of you have been listening to me for a long time, and y'all know that at one time in my life, I was only good snake is a dead snake kind of person, until I got educated by several people that know something about snakes. They educated me. Of course, we do a podcast every year with my friend Jay Eubanks, who is a herpetologist, and also my friend Larry Hubbard down in Washington County. And they really did teach me about snakes. And I got this picture from Cody Daniels down in Monroe County. Now, this is not a rare snake, but it's not a common snake, because its native habitat is in the swamps of Alabama, and they eat eels. Is what they eat, is their primary food. And I didn't know it was as many eels. They eat eels and salamanders also, but they have a scale on the end of their tail, and a lot of the old folks say that they call them stinging snakes, because it looks like a stinger on the end of the tail, but what it actually is a way for them to hold down those eels and slick salamanders that are their primary food. So that is a mud snake, and that's probably the biggest one I've ever seen, and that is a great capture by Mr. Cody Daniels down in Monroe County. And now that is, I know a lot of you, when you see a snake, you jump back and automatically scared, like that snake's going to jump out the screen and bite you. But just just get past your fear just a minute and look how beautiful that snake is. I mean, the wonders of Mother Nature is it just amazes me. Look at that. That is a beautiful snake. I don't care what nobody says. That's a pretty snake, and I appreciate Cody sharing that with us. Let's see, something else that I want to get into. I was watching Crappie Cast last night with Jessica Farmer, and my old buddy uh, Shane Jones, and Mr. or Scott Dees came up there, and I've talked to Scott several times, and we're gonna do a podcast about this. But Scott is he is over there at the uh, uh, Coastal Alabama Community College. He's at the campus in Thomasville, but he is really promoting, and I want to help him promote this marine industry technology class that they have. I think it's at the Bay Minette campus, and it's a perfect way for all you guys that are looking for a career in the outdoor industry, in the marine industry, to go down there and be in a place that's just minutes from the beach in Baldwin County, Bay Minette, Alabama, at the Coastal Alabama Community College campus. And it is just amazing what all they teach you. They will prepare students for a career in the pleasure boating industry, the skills necessary to diagnose problems with engines, overhaul and repair crafts, and outboard engines. They will also learn how to rig a marine rigging. And right now, the way the electronics are and the way things are in the fishing industry, you're going to learn how to install and work all these graphs and forward facing sonars, side imaging, down imaging, all that kind of stuff. Fuel injection principles, stern drive, and just basic knowledge of electronic installation and inboard engines. It is a great opportunity for you guys that are graduating from high school and just not sure what you want to do. If you want a career, and I know right now, I heard John on the show last night. He said that Andalusia Marine right now has an opening for a outboard mechanic. I know Taylor Ward at CT Ward Power Sports is looking for somebody to help him rig boats and help him do his service work. It is a great field to get in, and I urge anybody that has a young person that wants to that's looking for a career opportunity to please check out Coastal Alabama Community College. You can contact Scott Dees at 334-637-3162. That's 334-637-3162, and he can tell you all about it. But if you know a young person that is just loves the outdoors and wants to get into the outdoor industry, tell them about that opportunity. It is really an opportunity. That Scott's on here. Yes, sir. He said he is live at the beach, actually on the Foley. It's the Foley campus. Okay, I'm sorry, Scott. I was thinking it was Bay Minette, but it is the Foley campus. Is where this marine industry technology class is. And Scott, we got to get together because, see, I don't know enough about it to really be talking about it. So I got to get you on here, and me and you need to sit down one day and record a podcast and go into detail about this class, because I really do think it is something that should be of interest to everybody. But thank you for doing that, and thank you for correcting me. It is at the Foley campus, not the Bay Minette campus. So thank you, Scott. But it is something I think everybody should be interested in, and I really do think there's some young people out there that should really take advantage of this opportunity. And it is an opportunity for a young person to get into the outdoor industry. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back right after a word from these loyal sponsors. River Legend Outfitters, Citronelle, Alabama, your one stop for all things hunting, fishing, and outdoors. Home of the frogging tournaments. Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden, a shopping experience you will never forget. Lofton's Bait Shop on the bypass, your first stop if you're hunting or fishing in Camden, Alabama. Open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., closed on Sunday for God and family. Bubba and Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama, across from McDonald's. Outfitters for the serious sportsman. Rack and Reel Sports Grill next to Piggly Wiggly in Camden, home of the all-you-can-eat wings on Thursday night, where anglers and hunters meet for supper. Community Neighbor Bank with locations in Greenville, Camden, Pine Hill, and Grove Hill, serving rural Alabama since 1906, bringing you the Gettin Outdoors weather since 2007. The 40th Annual World Deer Expo at the BJCC in Birmingham, Alabama, July the 21st through the 23rd. Buy your discount tickets now at worlddeerexpo.com and be entered for the African Safari giveaway. Plaza Golf Cart Sales in Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, your Easy Go Superstore. Town Country United Bank, Camden, Alabama, proud sponsors of the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report every week on the Gettin Outdoors podcast. Harris Farm and Marketplace, Possum Bend, Alabama, Park, Laree, Pip, and Hunter, family-grown, family-owned farm fresh produce. Lawler Timber Company, Camden, Alabama, family-owned independent business offering professional forestry services and home of the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. Class Storage on the bypass in Camden, Alabama. Safe, secure storage for that motorhome, boat, or camper. ClassStorageLLC.com. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors. Now let's get back to the live show. One thing I did not mention when I was going through the events, they have moved the frogging event down at Mount Vernon Landing put on by River Legend Outfitters to July the 1st, and we'll be talking a whole lot more about that, but they had a great one a couple of weeks ago, the frogging event. It goes from 6 p.m. till 2 a.m., so you won't be seeing Big Dad at the weigh-in, but we got a lot of time to talk about that. Good morning. Evie Harris is tuned in this morning. How you doing, my friend? John D. Stokes, where is he at? I didn't see John on here. He was in the jugging contest last week, but he did like Joe Allen. Well, Joe Allen did weigh in. He weighed in 9.2 pounds with the bucket, knife, and everything. But let's see. There's something else I wanted to mention before we get to the Grandma Karen Community Neighbor Bank weather forecast, but I forgot. I know what it is. I wanted to apologize to y'all. And last week, as most of you know, we were not on the air because we lost power Wednesday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and it didn't come back on till Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I had a lot of people, they didn't scold me, but they didn't agree with me. I fussed a little bit about Pioneer Electric, and I really was not fussing. I would never, ever fuss about the way those linemen and those guys that get out in the field and work all night in the weather. I really do appreciate them and respect them and know the hard work they did. And I know how this was a weather event that was just as bad as the hurricane. They lost. Pioneer had outages all over the Black Belt. They had, I don't know how many outages they had, and it was really, really a bad electrical outage. And Pioneer, I was not dishing anything about them other than I think they need to revisit their communication between the customers and when they're going to get to their lines to fix them, because I know we lost a lot of crappie, turkey, deer meat, because usually this time of the year you have a thunderstorm or event, your lights go out, they're back on within 24 hours. Well, we had no idea the lights were going to be out for 3 days. So I was a little frustrated, as was everybody, because we weren't prepared, and we could have got prepared had we have known how long the lights are going to be out. I know that they didn't know how long they were going to be out, but they could have at least sent out a text or something to the customers to let them know that it was a major outage, and it could possibly be 3 days before the lights would be powered back up. And that way we could have gotten generators hooked up to our refrigerators and freezers and stuff like that. That was my gripe. I certainly have no gripe with the linemen and the hard work that they do. And God knows, I don't know how they do what they do, and nobody appreciates it more than me. But I do think that in today's time, and if you call it out to linemen, and the linemen are sacrificing their time away from their family to do their job out there, I think they should invest in hiring some people to man the telephones at the office during the outages that can, well, when you call in, you can actually talk to a real person that can tell you what's going on. I think that was what I was suggesting to the Pioneer Electric people. Not, I wasn't fussing at all about the linemen and the power being out. I just think it could be some better communication with technology like it is today between the power company and their rural customers. And that is what I really wanted to I wasn't fussing about the linemen or the work that they do. I really wasn't. All right, let's go to the Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast, and hopefully all that bad weather is gone and we're going to have a pretty weekend. Let's see. Here is your Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast. Today, patchy fog before 7 a.m., otherwise sunny with a high near 88. We're talking about this temperature. The highs are not hitting the 90s yet in South Alabama in late June. And it's the same way on Lake Millers Ferry. Our water temperature in the river is mid 70s. It hadn't hardly hit 80, and it's usually in the 90s this time of the year. So it's really been a cool spring and summer so far. But I dread July and August, I can tell you that. All right, the high today, 88, light west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. And tonight, mostly clear, low around 64. Northwest winds 5 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening. Saturday, sunny with a high near 93. There you go, getting up in the 90s now. Calm winds becoming west 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. And then Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 69. West winds 5 miles an hour, becoming south in the evening. Then Sunday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 93. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then Sunday night, a 30% chance of rain, showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 72, south winds 10 miles an hour. And that is your Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather report. And as her California weekend weather report, abundant sunshine, high 83, winds 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the northwest. Clear to partly cloudy Friday night with a low of 54. It's cool out there in California, Grandma Karen. Winds west-northwest 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then Saturday and Sunday, a few passing clouds, high 87. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And Saturday night, mostly clear sky, low 55. So we ain't too far apart, Grandma Karen, but I sure appreciate you sharing your California weather with us every week right here on the Getting Outdoors live show. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Old Mike Fuller's tuned in down there in Monroe County. And I really do appreciate all of y'all tuning in. And that's about all I got on my report today. Remember that it's summertime now, so if you're out there, be sure to hydrate yourself. I know I'm going to be doing some mowing this weekend. Hopefully Rusty's going to be doing some mowing at my house this weekend. And it's a lot of yard work to do, picking up sticks and all that. Keep yourself hydrated. Hey, David Parker, good morning to you, my friend. Keep yourself hydrated, your sunscreen, and just be careful. We got about 3 more months of this day. It's gonna be hot. We've been lucky this spring. It's been cool, but hope you have a great day too, Evie. I appreciate you tuning in this morning, my dear. Remember, if you are going outside this weekend, whether you're working in the yard, planting food plots, hunting, fishing, whatever you're doing in the outdoors this weekend, remember to practice safety, safety, safety. I don't want to hear of another accident. I heard of a swimming pool accident the other day where a float turned over on a child and she drowned it. And yeah, I just hate to hear things like that. It just takes one little second, not paying attention to what you do to change everybody's life. So everybody practice safety, safety, safety. Let me see. I got 3 more comments. Let me look at them before I go. B-Dog, thank you for all the photos and info. You welcome, B-Dog. Jerry Drinker's tuned in. My old buddy Jerry, I saw him at the weigh-in the other day, and me and old Jerry go way back, and he's battling some health issues right now, but he looked good, carrying on that junk like he always does, and I was mighty happy to see old Jerry and his wife at the weigh-in the other day. Be safe, be safe, my friend. Take care of yourself. We got a long way to go in this old world, and I appreciate you being my friend. All right, so everybody have a great weekend, and remember now more than ever, God bless America, and remember what old Big Dad says: get outdoors.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick.